Good evening, DRM News viewers, and welcome to a blockbuster story that's got the world on edge. As tensions flare between US President Donald Trump and Russia's former President Dmitry Medvedev over nuclear saber-rattling, the Russian and Chinese navies have just wrapped up a dramatic 5-day joint exercise in the Sea of Japan, dubbed Maritime Interaction-2025. With footage released today, August 5th, 2025, by the Russian Defense Ministry, this display of military might is raising eyebrows, especially after Trump's bombshell announcement about repositioning nuclear submarines. Let's break down this high-stakes story in a way that brings it right to your living room. Picture this: massive warships slicing through the Sea of Japan near Vladivostok, Russia's Pacific stronghold. Just as Trump and Medvedev trade fiery barbs online, the Russian-Chinese drills, which began on Friday, August 1st, weren't just a routine exercise. They included everything from search and rescue missions to artillery barrages and anti-submarine warfare. Russia's Admiral Tributes and China's guided missile destroyers Shaoxing and Urumqi led the charge, joined by submarines and rescue ships like China's Shihu and Russia's Igor Belousov. This show of force wrapped up today, but it's far from the end of the story, as the two navies are now gearing up for joint patrols in the Pacific. Why is this happening now? Well, buckle up, because the timing is no coincidence. Just days ago, on August 1st, Trump announced on Truth Social that he'd ordered 2 US nuclear submarines to appropriate regions in response to what he called highly provocative remarks by Medvedev, Russia's deputy chairman of the Security Council. Medvedev, known for his fiery anti-Western posts, had taunted Trump over his ultimatum for Russia to agree to a Ukraine ceasefire within 10 days or face crippling sanctions. Medvedev upped the ante, referencing Russia's Cold War-era dead-hand nuclear system, hinting at catastrophic retaliation. Trump fired back, warning Medvedev to watch his words and calling him a failed former president who's entering dangerous territory. This war of words has set the stage for the Russia-China drills to take on a whole new meaning. The Maritime Interaction-2025 exercises, planned long before Trump's submarine move, are part of a no-limits partnership forged between Russia and China in 2022, just before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. These two powers are sending a clear message to the US and its allies. They're ready to coordinate militarily and deter any challenges in the Indo-Pacific. The drills tested their ability to work together on everything from defending against air attacks to hunting submarines, skills that could counter US naval power, especially after Trump's submarine redeployment. Let's zoom in on the action. The exercises kicked off with a grand ceremony in Vladivostok on July 31st, when Chinese warships arrived to a warm Russian welcome. By Sunday, the joint fleet was in full swing, firing artillery, practicing anti-submarine tactics, and conducting search and rescue operations. The Russian Defense Ministry's footage shows sailors from both nations working in lockstep, a sign of their growing military synergy. With the Sea of Japan bordered by Russia, Japan, and the Korean Peninsula, this isn't just a regional flex, it's a global statement. Japan's already sounding alarms, calling the Russia-China alliance a serious security concern, while South Korea scrambled jets last week, when Russian and Chinese warplanes entered its air defense zone. Now let's connect the dots to Trump's submarine move. Security experts are calling it a rhetorical escalation rather than a major tactical shift, since US nuclear-powered submarines, like the Ohio-class boats, are always patrolling global hotspots. But Trump's public announcement, a rare move for the secretive world of submarine warfare, seems designed to rattle Moscow and Beijing. Medvedev's response? He doubled down, mocking Trump's nervous reaction and invoking the walking dead to hint at Russia's nuclear might. Meanwhile, Russia's Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, urged caution, saying Moscow takes nuclear rhetoric seriously, but won't be drawn into a tit-for-tat. Why does this matter to you? The Sea of Japan is a strategic chessboard, and with the US running its own massive Resolute Force Pacific 2025 exercise nearby, involving 400 aircraft and 12,000 personnel, the region feels like a powder keg. Russia and China's partnership, cemented by joint drills and patrols, is a direct challenge to US dominance, especially as Trump pushes for peace in Ukraine while flexing military muscle. For everyday folks, this could mean heightened global tensions, potential disruptions to trade routes, or even risks to tech supply chains if the Indo-Pacific gets too hot. What's next? As Russia and China prepare for joint Pacific patrols, all eyes are on whether Trump's submarines, possibly nuclear-armed Ohio-class boats, will make their presence felt. The Pentagon staying tight-lipped, calling it strategic ambiguity. But analysts say Trump's move is more about signaling than changing the game. Meanwhile, Medvedev's provocative posts keep pouring fuel on the fire. And with Trump's envoy heading to Russia to discuss Ukraine, the stakes are sky high. That's the latest, DRM News viewers. A geopolitical showdown where naval drills and nuclear threats collide. Will Russia and China's display of unity push Trump to escalate further? Or is this all part of a high-stakes diplomatic dance? Stay tuned for updates and let us know what you think in the comments below. This is DRM News, bringing you the stories that shape our world.